Digital transformation here, digital transformation there, digital transformation everywhere. It's impossible to avoid the latest super buzzword in business, so I think it's time to discuss what digital transformation really is and understand if it's really such a new trend, completely redefining our operating models. Let me answer that real quick. No and yes. Digital transformation is not something completely new for our business operating models, but yes, it is completely redefining our operating models. Now, how is that possible? Welcome to a few minutes of digital transformation in the real world. And please stay to the end if you'd like to know how to approach digital transformation in a doable and practical way. Wikipedia defines digital transformation as the adoption of digital technology by a company. Common goals for its implementation are to improve efficiency, value, or innovation. So it's about using digital technology to run your company better. Fine. How do you run a company better? You improve your value proposition to your customers and you optimize your operations so you can deliver this value proposition faster, better, and cheaper. That has been the premise of all business operations since business management was invented. So the only new here are the world's adoption of digital technology. That's what I meant when I said digital transformation is not completely new, but still redefining the way we run our operations. In essence, we are still transforming our businesses as we've always done by improving our products and finding ways of delivering them better. We do this by optimizing our processes, both to improve the customer journeys and user experience, and to improve our efficiency, enabling us to do more faster, cheaper, and better. When we are looking at optimizing our business processes, not much is new here. We are still using the traditional as-is mappings of how our processes are today, and we are using various methods to define how they should be tomorrow. I'll be covering the very important aspect of customer and user experience in another Fredericks 5, so please remember to subscribe so you'll know when it's out. Think of it like this. If you're running a factory and looking at how to optimize a series of labor-intensive production lines, you can look at the existing processes and fine-tune them to make sure the workers are working in complete sync and as effective as possible. But you've probably been around long enough to suggest examining how conveyor belts and automation can reduce the labor intensity. The challenge is, though, whether you've been around long enough or around the right people to suggest the same automation opportunities when we look away from physical production and start working with back office operations and customer journeys. Do you have sufficient knowledge of how big data, artificial intelligence, and robot process automation can help you gain a competitive advantage? In most cases, the answer is no, and this is the reason digital transformation has become such a hype. We all talk about it and all have this feeling that we should do more, but in reality, the digital world is so vast and complex that we don't have an answer to what we should do. It's very important that you don't let that stop you in the transformation process, though. Your processes needs to be constantly improved in every possible way for you to stay competitive. So you can't just stand still while the world around you moves at warp speed. Use the traditional approach to process optimization with a focus on smaller chunks of the processes while keeping an eye on the overall end-to-end process as well. When you focus on smaller pieces of a process, it's much easier to research on digital tools and solutions for that specific area, which is what you have to do to ensure you have sufficient knowledge of what's possible. But remember Elon Musk's fantastic advice. Don't optimize processes that shouldn't exist in the first place. The best process is no process.
Step 1, make a requirements list dump. Step 2, delete the part or process step. If you're not deleting a part or process step at least 10% of the time, basically if you're not adding things back in 10% of the time, you're clearly not deleting enough.
Meaning that you need to be critical when reviewing processes to understand whether you actually need that process or it can be eliminated or completely automated. This is the key to radical business process optimization and innovation, or digital transformation. Thanks for listening and good luck.